If you have 4 or 7 in your birth date, it doesn't matter where it is in your birth date. If you have it, it is very common for those who have 7 to have 4, for those who have 4 to have 7. Very, very common. But either way, so this video is for you. This also includes those who are born July. This also includes those who are born April, right? Born on the 4th, born on the 13th, born on the 24th. Um, those who are born on the 7th, 16th, 25th, 27th, like that. As long as you have 7 or 4 your birthday, this video is for you. So listen very carefully. There are 2 things I want to point out: lack of focus and lack of direction. So I'm going to move to that real quick. For those who have 4 in their birthday, their own is lack of focus. Lack of focus means that they have too many ideas, but they have problems concentrating on one. So they easily get bored on things. And when that thing does not move fast as they want it, another idea has come. So they're trying to internalize the idea as well, and they go on and on like that. So I'm going to give you an advice on that as well, but that is the issue behind that. Then for those who have lack of direction means that you have failed too many times as a person, that it now leads to a level of confusion. No matter how resilient you are, if you have failed too many times in life, you can become confused at a certain point, especially when you're at your lowest point. Then you now start to ask yourself, what can I do? Now, note that those who have 7 in their ability are extremely very intelligent, are extremely very knowledgeable, but as at the point when they are in their lowest, when they've tried so many things and they failed, they become very confused. And the interesting part is that because they also have advised a lot of people have used the advice as worked for them, they now feel like, they now feel entitled, like, people are supposed to compensate me for all the things that they've, all the advice I've given out, but they are not compensating me. They'll be like, why can't I advise myself? What is happening to me? They start to ask a lot of questions about that. But have it in mind that these things are not associated with spiritual problems or village people or anything, right? I'm going to explain, I'm going to break it down. But here's my advice for those who have lack of focus. Always set targets for yourself. That will not make you bored. You understand? Because these people are very good managers, they're very good CEOs, they're good at managing people, managing work, they're perfectionists. So all these attributes they are meant to utilize there, right? But set target for yourself. Write it down. Set target to make you get bored. But if you are also having issues, because things sometimes, if they are done at the wrong time, you might not really get a result or good result from it. Always do things at the right time. You can use the 7 schema portal to achieve that. Just search it on Google, 7 schema portal, and get to understand your own timeline and what you can do a certain period of time to be at your best. You'll be surprised how accurate all these informations are. Now, for those who have 7 in their bed, I'm coming to you again. So speaking about those who have 7 in their bed, which their own is lack of direction. So lack of direction means that you have tried so many things and you have failed. That's what it means. Doesn't mean that you have not made a lot of money before. Doesn't mean that you have not done wonderfully well for yourself. It's just that there's a level of setback that comes with it. And if it's very consecutively, it can make you lack direction. So you start to question yourself on, how you have done so far, what else you can do that would help you to keep a balance instead of having that setback. So it's a level of confusion, no matter how resilient you are. That's why most sevens have done many things in life. They've gone from one industry to another. Just trying to survive and see how they can keep a balance. But each time they have that setbacks, they especially when it is very consecutively, it creates a kind of imbalance for them and makes them now. Have it in mind that these people are very intelligent, they are very knowledgeable, they are very good advisors, but now it looks like they cannot advise themselves at that point. So they start to look for another person that can advise them. But anyways, the reason why you're having all these setbacks, all these up and down, it has nothing to do with whatever you're doing. It has to do with time that you're doing there. That's the problem that you're having. You're not able to keep up with the time frame. When I mean time, I don't mean you're using your own intuition. I mean using a study of number, because everybody has their own timeline based on their ability. And if you don't get it right, if you don't do things at the right time, there will always be issues. There will always be setbacks. So you need to know when to do things and when not to do them. So I will still revert back to the 7 schema portal, which is built for those who also have 7 in their birthday specifically, so that they can use that as a guide, know when to do things and when not to do them. That will help them to have success rate higher instead of having more setbacks than success rate. I hope that makes sense to you. So you can try that out. Just search it on Google, 7 schema portal. you can use that to eliminate all these issues. So it is what it is. Just like I said, those who have 7 will always have 4, or those who have 4 will always have 7. Most times they're always even more connected to one another. So whatever affects the 7s usually affect the 4s, whatever affects the 4s. So if you have that in your bed, just know that it is what it is. So let me also do share your experience so that you also other people can also learn from whatever you have done that has worked for you, and so on and so forth. I'll see you in my next video.